Today we're tackling addition and subtraction equations that involve negative numbers. Before we start on the solving process, we've actually already learned this process. We need to review a little bit about positive numbers on the number line versus negative numbers. First, if I have a positive number and I'm adding a positive number, it's going to move to the right. I'll give you the example 2 plus 3. If I start at 2 and move 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right, I end up at the answer 5. If I'm subtracting a positive number, it has the opposite. We're going to start at 2 and subtract 3. And we end up at 1, 2, 3, negative 1. Positive and negative numbers have an opposite effect on the number line. If I'm adding a negative number, it actually causes me to go to the left. So if we add 2 plus negative 3, I start at 2 and I go back 3 spaces, just like when we had 2 minus 3. If I am subtracting a negative, it becomes less negative, which is sort of like more positive. So what that looks like is 2 minus negative 3. And we move to the right 3 spaces, and we end up at 5, just like we did when we had 2 plus 3. So to summarize, 2 plus negative 3 is the same as 2 minus 3. We get the same result. And 2 minus negative 3 is the same as 2 plus 3. Sometimes I like to picture the 2 minus negative 3 as having one secret big plus sign in the middle. If we are looking at this in terms of an equation, we're going to change it to an equivalent equation. If I started with x plus negative 3, I'm going to change the plus a negative to its equivalent. If I'm adding a negative, that's decreasing, which is the same as subtraction. So we're going to rewrite the equation as a subtraction equation. This is decreasing, which is like subtraction. Similarly, minus a negative, or subtracting a negative, has an increasing effect. So we're going to change it to an increasing equation like addition. The numbers stay the same, the variable stays the same, and they're all in the same order. Just the 2 symbols in the middle will be contracted to their equivalent single symbol. We can use this to solve. Instead of solving this equation using both symbols in the middle, I'm going to rewrite the equation as its equivalent. Minus a negative is increasing, so we change it to a plus sign in the middle. Now I have x plus 5 equals 8, and now I start my solving process. Notice how I didn't start by drawing the line. I really thought about what do I need to do first, and it wasn't just to jump in and do my inverse operations. I'm going to always start by thinking about, is this the equation that I want to solve? Or do I need an equivalent equation? Finish my solving process like we've learned in the past, and I check my work. I like the habit of always plugging it into my original equation, which happens to be this minus negative. But the effect is the same. Minus negative is still similar to a plus, has the same effect. 3 plus 5 is 8. Both sides are equal, and so I've gotten the correct answer.